Hi earthy people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerard, Witch of Earth's Curious Goods, and today I'm going to show you how to do a glamour spell. Now if you've come to this video in hopes to, bring out your inner goddess or how to, make yourself so seductive, that's not this video. Today I'm just showing you a spell on how to narrow in on doing the glamour magic, okay? Now there's a lot of videos on YouTube that already teach those types of magics, so if you do want something seductive or bring out the inner goddess or so forth, I'm pretty sure you can find that on YouTube. But today's video is dedicated to the nitty-gritty of doing the spell itself. You might want to watch the rest of this video because at the very end I'm going to tell you a secret that a lot of witches and spellcasters don't talk about with glamour magic, or might skip over it. So without further ado, let's begin. So today we're going to be doing a glamour spell, and glamour magic dates back for centuries, and it's a type of magic that has been performed by many witches across the world. And today I'm just going to show you the nitty-gritty of doing one of those spells. Now there are many different ways to do it. Find what works for you. I just want to show you what works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you as well. But the foundation of glamour magic, especially back then, you got to think that witchcraft back then was a little outlawed. So a lot of witches would use glamour to help conceal them a lot better. So as they're wearing their black clothes or wearing their cloaks or trying to become invisible to onlookers or people that may come across them, it's to keep them safe so that they can practice their craft in safety. Others would use glamour magic to give them the persona or that perception that they are very beautiful and seductive and just something to have because being married was a thing back then. That was stability back in the days. With modern day, that may not be necessary, but should you find, you're like me, some days I just don't want to feel bothered. And that's what this spell is going to do. It gives your perception and others' perception of you and kind of gives it a change, gives them a different view on you. And that's what this spell is designed to do. So we're going to need a few ingredients or items. We're going to need some paper. You're going to need a candle. With candles, I'm using a white candle, but you can use whatever candle resonates for what you want to accomplish. Color magic is really huge in the craft. So if that resonates with you, then by all means use a specific candle color. For instance, red being for passion, pink for love, yellow for inspiration or friendship, orange for illumination. Just use what works for you. For me, I'm using white since it kind of embodies all colors and of the spectrum and light itself. I'm just showing you an example. I'm going to be enchanting my perfume oil, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But if you have, makeup or cologne or something of that nature, you can also charm it basically with this spell. You're going to need something to light the candle with. I'm in a permanent marker, so not a lot of ingredients. The main ingredient is going to be you, and we'll get into that. So the first thing you're going to do is take your piece of paper and just draw a pentacle on it. And a pentacle is a star with a circle. Okay, so you should have something that looks like that. Hopefully this focuses so you guys can see it. Now, in the middle of the pentacle, and the reason why we're doing the pentacle, it kind of encompasses all of the elements here on this plane of existence. This brings everything to the material world, kind of manifests into reality, helps to talk to your subconscious and bring out what's inner to the outer. And glamour magic really utilizes inner power. It also utilizes the human spirit. So that's what the pentacle helps to represent, and that's why we're using it today. In the middle of your pentacle, you're just going to write your first and last name. Of course, that's just going to be common sense on why you're putting your first and last name in the middle of the pentacle, because of course you're casting the spell on yourself. Now, if you are having a date night, or tomorrow you have to go to work, or tomorrow you want to wake up feeling kind of new and it's a whole new day, I would recommend doing this spell the day before you are going to go do all those things. So if you know that tomorrow is a work day, I would do the spell the day before so that it can take effect, okay? You're going to take your candle and you're going to put it in the middle of the pentacle, okay? On top of your name. Now you're just going to take your lighter and you're going to light it, okay? Now you're just going to stare into the flame, because now we want to go ahead and appeal to our subconscious, but we also want to appeal to all the energy that's surrounding you. Now, for instance, for me, I tend to do this spell where I just feel very empowered and I feel very confident, and also put a little bit of beauty in there as well. I always like to be beautiful because that's self-confidence, okay? Now, I don't do this glamour so that I will be liked. Now, if that's what you want to accomplish, then by all means do that, because maybe you want to attract friends or a loved one. For me, I do the spell for confidence, for self-love, and for me, in my opinion, that attracts the things that should be attracted to me. But by all means, use the magic how you want to use it. Make the magic your own, okay? So as you're staring into the flame, though, you are going to think about yourself and how you want to be perceived, because Glamour Magic is about perception, about your perception, and we're about to change that. So as you're staring into the flame, you are just going to see how you're perceived, okay? Do you want to be seen as like Superman, okay? Think about maybe an actor or an actress or a singer that you aspire to look like or be. What do they look like? What are their confidence level? How do you want yourself to look like that, okay? Maybe you want this glamour to attract some friends, you know? How do you see yourself surrounded with friends? What kind of friends do you want, okay? How do they see you? How are they talking to you? Feel that, okay? Tell yourself that. Maybe you're not very good at visualization. So as you're staring into the flame, tell yourself that I am beautiful, I am attracting many good friends, I am loved, I am confident, jobs want me because I just have that charisma, I have that talent that they're seeking, okay? Things of that nature. Tell yourself that out loud. Or in your head. Maybe you can't say it out loud, maybe you're in a space that, you know, you gotta be very quiet. You know, not everybody's out the broom closet. But make sure to go ahead and see that, tell yourself that, visualize that, okay? And when you're done, while you're staring at the flame, you're going to say this spell. Energy surrounding light, come to me and hear my plight. I cast this spell to change anew, to give onlookers a different view. Energy surrounding light, come to me and hear my plight. I cast the spell to change anew, to give onlookers a different view. Energies surrounding light, come to me and hear my plight. I cast the spell to change anew, to give onlookers a different view. As I will it, so mote it be. Now that last part of the spell, as I will it, so mote it be, it kind of puts that stamp on it. It tells the energy to surround you, to give you that perception of what you are trying to envision, okay? Now, as this candle is burning down, you're going to put it to the side and you're going to let it burn down completely. Let the light extinguish on its own. If you are in an environment where maybe you're sleepy and you can't watch the candle, you know, because you want it to be safe, then you're just going to go ahead and extinguish it and then relight it the next day until you can burn this completely down. But that candle must completely burn down, okay? Let that light disperse. Now, with your item, say it's perfume oil like me, just like the candle, you're going to put it into the middle of the pentacle. You are going to put it on top of your name, and you're going to repeat that spell while that's in the middle of it, okay? There's no visualization that you have to do. Don't do that part. That's already been done. You're just charming this, but you're gonna need to say that spell so that the light can go ahead and surround this and then go on to you. So as you're putting this on, it kind of reinforces it. But this is more of an option, okay? So perfume oil, your makeup, all of that, that is more of an option. The real magic is in the light, the perception that you are putting forward. So if you want to be invisible, you don't want to be bothered, you're putting that perception of leave me alone, okay? Back up. You know, and some people have those days. Some days you just don't feel like being bothered. I like people, but people every day can be intense. And maybe you're a people person. Maybe you like being around people, so you can have that perception like, I'm an open book. Please come talk to me. You know, I love talking to people. You know, I'm a friendly person. You know, you can put that perception as well. So if you made it this far, I'm going to tell you a little secret that a lot of witches and spiritualists fail to mention, or sometimes they just don't go over when it comes to Glamour Magic. Now with this spell and with Glamour Magic, it's based upon perception, right? Your perception, their perception. Now think about it. Your magic will only last as long as you remember it, as you keep it going. So for instance, I'll just give you an example. Maybe I don't want to be bothered, but if I'm thinking to myself like, oh, I wish so-and-so would come over here and talk to me, or I wonder what I'm going to be eating, and you just focus all your energy on that, you're now changing your perception, and you're going to now change their perception. So your glamour will begin to fade, okay? So just keep that in mind, that your glamour lasts as long as you can keep it up and keep remembering it, okay? So as you're going through the day, if you want to be confident, you keep yourself in that mindset. I'm confident. Maybe it's what you're wearing. Oh. Maybe it's your perfume oil. Maybe it's the cologne or perfume that you're wearing. Maybe it's the car that you're driving, or maybe it's the, you know, workout clothes that you're in. You know, whatever it may be, you need something to help you remember it and make sure that you remember the spell that you cast, the glamour, to keep it going. But as you start forgetting about what you cast, about that perception, it begins to fade. I do notice that like for instance, if I overthink it, and that goes with a lot of magic and with all spells, that if you overthink it or think that it's not working, you are now hindering that magic, you're hindering the glamour, and it begins to come down, okay? So think it, keep it, visualize it. Confidence is key. Give yourself that perception, give yourself that opportunity to keep that glamour going, okay? You have to remember it. Keep it into your forefront of your day, and I promise you, you'll notice others perceiving you the way that you want them to. Well, I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like, and if you are interested in knowing when I post more videos of this nature, then don't forget to subscribe, of course, and hit that bell for the notification. So, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and as always, stay earthy, stay magical. Bye for now.